What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today's video we have another installation slash mod, and it's by Invoke Concepts. And today we will be installing the Underglow for the IS350 with the Blue Ghost module. So yeah, you're all installing this today. Please make sure to follow along and don't miss any key points. You feel me? But that's basically it. But let's follow along and get to the installation. Let's go! So first things first, you're going to want to pass these wires through the rubber garment that's inside the engine bay right here. And it's tucked down there, as you can see, that little rubber grommet right there. And once you tuck it through there, it should come out underneath your cabin box right here. So you're going to want to take this box out too. And you could see the wire come out when you feed it through. So as you can see, you can just pull this down and you should be able to see the wire as it feeds through from there. And then you could just disconnect the foot lamps right here. Just pull down on the tab and pull out, just like that. So to make it easier, you could put a wooden stick there and just pass through the wires. And it should come out like this. But let me show you from the outside. So put a stick through the rubber garment so it's easier for you to tuck the wires inside right there. So once you're able to feed all the wires through, you can take the stick out, and with the wires that it comes with, there is a positive O-ring right here and a negative O-ring. So they're just going to connect to your battery, and that's that. And then this 10 amp is to protect the RGB from blowing up. So in order to hide those wires that you have just passed through, you can take this little piece off and then wire everything behind these plastic trim pieces right here all throughout your car and into the trunk that you have your Ghost module sitting at. I just tuck it back here.
Are you taking it from the liner down there?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
tucking it in.
So then that's
just
fine.
like that. Then you can basically just close this piece right here. Just like that.
What happened here?
Good wire management. Hey, bro, chill. So with the rest of the wires that you're gonna tuck, as I said, it's just gonna go through a plastic trim all the way to the trunk. So let's go ahead and pass everything through the plastic trim. Now that I have passed my wires through the plastic trim, I'm able to plug in the light again, and then put it back in. Just like that, everything is in. And then for the rears, you're able to pop this open too. So I'm just gonna tuck everything underneath, just like this. And then I'm gonna put my back seat down and I'm gonna pass this wire through the back into the trunk. All right, so for the rears, you're able to pass it through here once you open that plastic trim. And then through the seat right here, you're able to pass it through. And with this little latch right here, you're able to open it up and feed the wire through here, and it should lead directly back to the trunk. All right, so as you can see, we fed the wire through, and after we fed it through, you're gonna wanna open the trunk piece up, and then you have to take the spare wheel out because your Blue Ghost module will sit in the trunk area somewhere. That is probably underneath your spare wheel. So yeah. Whew.
Finally.
So right now I'm connecting negative to negative.
It could be any one of these.
And then positive to positive. Now we're connecting the Blue Ghost extension cord into one of them, and you're able to run it in through one garment, and the other wire you can run it through the other small garment over there.
Ready? And this is for this side.
And that's for that side. And then for the Blue Ghost module, you're able to stick it kind of anywhere if you still want your spare tire in here, which I'm gonna try to find a way to fit the Blue Ghost module along with the spare tire just in case of an emergency. So yeah. All right, now since I have all my wires connected to the Blue Ghost module, I'm able to connect the negative and the positive O-ring to the battery itself. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to remove the positive. then after it's done, they're able to close the hood. So these are the LEDs that it comes with right here, RGB LEDs, whatever you want to call it. But they do have an option for where it can connect to your DRLs and turn signal. They also have an option for that. But in this case, this is just the RGB light itself. So there is an option for turn signals if y'all want. To me, I feel like they can already see me turn from a mile away, so I'm gonna just hold off on that. So right now we're cutting the rubber garment to fish the wire into the garment so then it can go underneath the car where the RGB strips are located. All right, so underneath your trunk is this big plastic piece for your diffuser right here, and on both sides there are 10 millimeters. So I'm taking this 10 mil off and I'm going to fish the wire into the garment hole and out this little box area where this wire is tucking out, because this wire is for my valves. So over here, as you can see, I already took the 10 mil out and I fished the wires out for the LEDs right here, as you can see. So yeah, that's how I'm going to lead out the wire to the RGB lights. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to fish the wire away from the exhaust so it doesn't burn the wires. But Mr. was able to help me fish it through already, but I'm just being cautious. Right now we are cleaning underneath where we're gonna put the RGB strips at, and after he cleans it, we are going to spray 2 to 3 coats of adhesive promoter so it could stick on there and last long. Alright, so we are underneath of the car and we connected the wire that we fished through the trunk down here. And as you can see, we have double layers. Oh yeah.
It's important to spray that so it doesn't come on at all.
Yep, what he said. Now that we plugged the wire on the rears in, we're going to see with the spare wheel to see if it could fit in with the Blue Ghost sitting there. If anything, we can just move it around to see where it could fit. So the spare wheel actually fits on top of the Blue Ghost. So yeah, let's go ahead and tighten this little spindle down. So underneath here, in order to route the wires to the side skirt area, I routed the wires up there, and then it's gonna go through the little arms right here, which we are going to try to tuck it away from the suspension area, and from there it is connected from the Ghost module all the way down to the side skirts and then the front of the car. So yeah, let me show you where we put it on the side skirt area itself. So since it's routed down there all the way up here, since I have the jack kind of in the way, it's kind of hanging a bit right there. But we also zip tied it and 3M taped it to the edge of the little side skirt right here. And yeah, that's how they look. Maybe it was probably the best to put on your side skirts, but I feel like the deeper it is, you can't really see the RGB lights itself from a distance. So right now it's just on the edge of it right there, over here, and then all the way down to the front where the RGBs in the front are gonna sit somewhere on the plastic trim piece underneath here. And then underneath there are little gaps that are shaped as squares. Let me show y'all real quick right here. So as you can see, this little gap with squares, we also put zip ties for extra hold so it can stay on. And yeah, over here there is, it's not very holding on to anything, but it stays in place, like it's pretty sturdy. So we're just gonna keep it like that, and the zip ties will just hold everything together, as you can see, all the way down there. And then we are starting on the left side of the car, and we're gonna do the same thing on this side that we did to the right side. So yeah, so in the packet that it comes with, it also has these rubber holders for your LED strips right here, along with the little mini screws right here, as you can see inside. And these are also plastic holders to hold the LED strips onto your car, and they're also nice enough to give you zip ties. So yeah, use that to your advantage, and y'all could do it differently if y'all want to, but this is just how I'm doing it my way, if y'all want to follow my way. So underneath here, as you know, we did it kind of close to the suspension, but that was the only way we could really do it. So kind of bunched up all the wires with zip ties and tucked it underneath a plastic little holder underneath right here, like right there. It's kind of dark, but this little plastic piece right here, so all the wires are zip tied and tucked under here, so it's not in the way. So right here, I'm underneath the car. That was where the rivet sat in order to kind of bend this down like this, and all the wires are tucked underneath, kind of in there a little bit, like under that tray. I lost my 0.5 filter, but that's the best I can get. But it's all tucked under this tray, and underneath you can see the light just dangles like that right there. Yes sir, but that's how I tucked all the wires in. So underneath here, I fished the wire through this little hole right here, and then over behind the control arm. And then I'm gonna take two 10 millimeters that are right here. 1, 2, and then I'm gonna fish the wires through here, and then outside it goes through here, and then it's just gonna lay on top of this plastic piece right here along with the other LED strip on that side. So let me show you once it's done. So right now he's bunching up the wires to zip tie it up. Good wire management, Mustard. So he's gonna stick all of it into this plastic trim that we took the 10 mil and the rivet off right here. So yeah. So after installing the LED strips on your car, like how y'all want it to be installed, it's now time to pair it with your phone to the Blue Ghost module. So first up, you're gonna want to download the Blue Ghost app, and this is what the app looks like. It should look something like this, the Blue Ghost app. And once you have it installed, just click on it like this, and it should show you the Blue Ghost module that you have in your car on your phone. So you're gonna want to tap this, and you can create a pin on however much passwords or numbers you want to click. So in that case, let me create my pin real quick. So it is connecting, and I think it just connected. So let's go ahead and add a mode. And as you can see under there, oh yeah, oh yeah. But there is a bunch of other modes. So let's go ahead and do kaleidoscope. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. But there's like plenty of other modes. Strobe. You can do like the cop color and stuff. Laddie. Kind of laddie. Trash that. Trash that. Go blue. Well, yeah, you get the gist of it, but there's a lot of stuff you can do. There's also turn signal. You could also connect it to DRLs, but I didn't do that because that's a lot of like turning signals, because I already have that and the reflectors in the bottom, and yeah, I feel like that's already too much, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, there's a lot of other cool stuff on here. I really don't know how to use this, but once you go in, you can kind of, you know, make your own show. You can add as many modes as you want. You can do just singular colors. What the hell am I saying? Waves. Oh yeah. Starfall. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, that is the Blue Ghost app, and it's pretty easy to use, pretty easy to install. Why did I say pretty? But yeah, look at that. Sure. Let me show y'all how bright it is in the dark. Let me show y'all real quick. So right now I got the little cop show going on. Look at that. Oh yeah. Look how bright that is though. Like, that is pretty goddamn bright. Whoa. Let me just do a singular color now. So right now I have the normal basic white. Look how bright that is. That literally lights up my whole garage. Yeah. But it kind of matches my whole clear setup. So yeah, look at that. Sure. But yeah, that is the LED RGB setup for the Invoke Concepts Underglow. Ooh yeah. But that marks it for the end of the video. If y'all enjoyed this installation video and the little setup I got going on, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more mods coming soon. Yes sir. But once again, thank you to Invoke Concepts for sponsoring your boy. You know, my goal is just to make as much tutorial videos as I can to kind of help y'all and guide y'all through these tutorials. And yes, I know y'all are waiting for the fog light video, and it is coming soon. So please, hold on, all right? Hold on. I just needed to get a new diagram so I can kind of, you know, do a better tutorial and connect everything together so it's easier for y'all to do also. So that's why it's taking me so long. That is the Invoke Concepts Underglow. Yeah, that's that, and a whole lot of mods coming soon, as I said from the start when I created this channel. You feel me? But it takes time and money, so your boy gotta, you know, slow down and just grind. And I hope you understand. But that's that. Once again, thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It means a lot to me. and I love every single one of y'all. And thank you for supporting as always. And once again, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and follow me on my Instagram for more IS content. Thank you, and be safe, drive safe. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.